Well, I think one of the things he really stressed is that we've got to pull together as a nation and move forward. And if we pull together, there's nothing we can't accomplish in this country. And I think that's important to cut through the ideology and the partisanship of the last couple of years. And
Well, I think they came here with that attitude that it's their way or no way. But this is a democracy. And we do have a very able president in place who came in and picked up a lot of problems. He's made an effort to solve many of those problems and continues to make that effort. It's unfortunate that most Republicans are here to defeat the president and to kill any program that he has. And I think that is anti-American.
The Keystone Pipeline is an issue that I'm kind of agnostic about. It's not going to help solve our energy problems. It's Canadian oil that's going to a New Orleans refinery that'll probably be shipped overseas. It's not going to help us create energy independence. Meanwhile, the potential of natural gas and alternative renewable fuels is the future. I don't think there's any question about that. He talked about domestic production of oil. We're going to keep emphasizing that, but we've got to move forward as he talked about it. All of the above.
Well, let's start with approving the Keystone Pipeline project. I've put forward legislation to do that. I'm going to do it again. This is a great example of not only tremendous job creation, but producing more energy, bringing energy from North Dakota and Canada to our refineries, reducing our dependence on foreign oil. And if we don't do it, this energy is going to China. So we're doing it right, doing it well.
But the energy may go to China anyway, yes?
Not if we build the pipeline and bring it to the United States, which is what Canada wants.
I don't see how the Republicans, if they're not willing to talk about revenue increases, and they're not, they still sign that pledge to Grover Norquist, and if they're not willing to talk about asking some Americans to pay more, and we're only talking about cuts, then progress is not going to be possible. Democrats are willing to look at a much more balanced approach. As the president said, we've already agreed to $2 trillion in cuts. Now it's time to talk about fiscal responsibility by asking those who can afford to pay a bit more.
I don't want any hard-working, tax-paying American citizen to send this place one more nickel till we can show we can quit wasting your money. And I could spend the rest of the night, my first 3 years here, I can spend the rest of the night telling you things that I've seen in wasteful spending that nobody would do in their own finances. Let's say you do, 230-something thousand people that have an income of over $1 million. Let's take it all. Take every nickel of it. You still have a deficit in this country. And guess what? You're only going to get that money one time, because then they're going to go back to work next year and work for zero. So you can take the money once, and it's $700-something billion. You still have a bigger deficit if you take it all this year than any deficit prior to President Obama in the history of this country. Won't solve the problem.
I feel strongly that the president, at this point in time, is very strong. If we had the election tomorrow, I think he would win. He just needs to keep hitting on those same themes he hit today in the State of the Union.